Manchester United were battered and humiliated by Crystal Palace as things somehow continued to get worse for Erik ten Hag. The South Londoners smashed the Red Devils 4-0 to leave the under-fire boss on the brink of the sack.
After the game, Jamie Carragher claimed they are the most poorly coached team in the league and Ashley Young labelled the performance shambolic. The loss means United are 8th in the table on 54 points and are at risk of finishing below their lowest ever total of 58.
Asked if this is the lowest point of his Old Trafford reign, Ten Hag admitted, "Yes. Our worst defeat. We should have kept fighting like the fans did." Read more on Man UTDCASE closed. Erik ten Hag called out for embarrassing Man United selection hype win Charlie Sloth's Mercedes G-Wagon, or £100,000 alternative from just 89p. It's clear, this is underperforming.
It's by far not good enough. We are very disappointed. It's a deserved defeat. But is this really Ten Hag's all-time low? Let's see how the Palace horror show compares to some other disastrous results. And you can decide which is the most embarrassing. 7-0 loss to Liverpool. March 2003. Man United were embarrassed at the hands of their bitter rivals as they crumbled at Anfield.
The Reds were only 1-0 up at halftime but ran riot after the break as Ten Hag's team were taught a brutal lesson. Most red in football. LAU are amazing. Laura Woods rocks sleeveless outfit live on TNT Sports for Champions League bikers. Agony. Nicky Butt never said sorry after he smashed my leg in accident, says biker. All at bay. Ten Hag loses job offer just hours after Man UTD's 4-0 mauling at Crystal Palace. Silver lining. Silver announced by Old Club just days after Chelsea confirmed Star's exit. It was the club's worst defeat in 92 years and the players were punished by being called into training early the next day.
Gary Neville called captain Bruno Fernandes a disgrace after he lost his rag and pleaded to be substituted. Best free bet sign-up offers for UK bookmakers. 4-0 loss to Brentford. August 2022. Ten Hag's second game in charge of the club was a nightmare.
A lackluster opening saw United ship 4 goals inside 35 minutes. Believing his players were unfit, Ten Hag ordered them into Carrington the next day for an extra training session where they were made to run 13. "8 kilometers, the distance Brentford outran them by." On the day off, Crystal Palace 4 Man United 0. Ten Hag one step closer to axe after embarrassing total capitulation against Eagles. 3-0 loss to Sevilla. April 2023. Man United were cruising at 2-0 in the quarter-final of the Europa League.
Set to take the advantage to Spain for the second leg, disaster struck as Tyrell Malacia and Harry Maguire both netted own goals in the last 10 minutes to make it 2-2. With work to do in Sevilla, the Red Devils slumped to a shockingly bad 3-0 defeat as David De Gea and Maguire had calamitous evenings.
A 3-0 loss to Bournemouth. December 2023. Old Trafford has been far from a fortress, losing at home 7 times in all competitions so far this season. Perhaps the worst was against Bournemouth as Andoni Iraola outdone Ten Hag with a brilliantly clinical performance from his side.
United fans booed off their players' 4-3 loss to Chelsea. April 2024. The collapse at Chelsea set an unwanted record for the latest a side has ever led in a Premier League match before going on to lose. They were ahead at 99 minutes and 17 seconds before a Cole Palmer double sunk United.
It was also the second time in a matter of days that they lost a lead beyond the 97th minute after Brentford score a late equaliser in the previous fixture. A 4-3 loss to Copenhagen, November 2023. The damaging defeat in the Danish capital saw United effectively dumped out the Champions League.
Redmore Sun stories scary ordeal. Gemma Collins heartbroken as she reveals her mum is in intensive care. Money madness. My service charge has gone up to £3,000 a year. I've lost all my savings. In a thriller, Marcus Rashford was sent off as 2 goals in the final 10 minutes saw Copenhagen take all 3 points. The loss led to Ten Hag's men finishing bottom of their group. Pundits' verdict on Ten Hag's future. Where do the pundits stand on Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United future? Michael Owen: he has to go. He cannot, simply cannot, manage this team next season.
H is not good enough. Teddy Sheringham might stay if he wins cup but should go if United win the FA Cup. He could stay. But, for me, changes are needed and United need to get it done sooner than later.
Jamie Carragher: sacked. I don't see how Erik Ten Hag stays. It's just performance after performance. Gary Neville: stay if he wins the FA Cup. To sack a manager who's won 2 trophies in his first 2 seasons at the club I think would be extreme.
Louis Saha: on the fence. I don't see it as clearly, but they need changes from the players, but they need changes from him as well. Alan Shearer: sacked. I believe the future of the Man United manager is already determined.
Even if they win the FA Cup I think H is gone.